going live on YouTube. Hey, everybody. I got Michelle and Charlotte with me here on Monday Fun Day.
Hi,
Monday.
everybody.
No intro music. That's right. Blog Talk is still broken. This is day 3 that we've not been able to simulcast on radio. So that means we don't have the phone lines. So don't call in, but you can join us in the chat. And if somehow you're watching us live, but you're not like right on the YouTube live page, just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. That always takes you to the live for the show. Yay. So, wow, it might be really quiet tonight because we
Yeah,
don't have the phone lines. There's nobody in the chat room. It's really quiet. Of course, it takes a
There's no,
while. You
there's
know,
no one in the chat room.
nope, not
nope.
even Dan. But it takes a while for YouTube to send out to everybody, hey, Psychic Cafe's gone live, and look, see that, just like I said, Jamie just popped
Jamie,
in, Dan just popped in. Hi, Jamie. Hi, I'm here. Yeah.
thank you.
And of course, there could be people watching that just haven't said anything in the chat. So that's a possibility too. So if you're here, let us know you're here. But
I'm here.
Charlotte's
I'm,
here.
I'm letting you know I'm here.
Charlotte.
She's all revved up and excited. I don't know if she's doing her nails like she did yesterday, but
I did them
Hi,
yesterday.
Sue.
Sue's here.
And
Well, I thought you might have moved on to your toenails, and you see her knee popping up now and again. That's all that means. She's doing her toenails while we're chatting here. Sue's here now. Yay. Okay. So if anybody has a question, you guys know the drill. Yeah, you just type in the question in the chat, or if you're new here, you don't know. So type in the chat. Yeah. So, one line, 2 lines, try not to write a book, but we like specific questions. So go ahead. What do you want to know? Type in your question. It could be a life question, career, love, relationships, kids, family, boss, the whole thing. Or it could be a big question. Yeah. Like, how does this work? Or how does that work? Are there really aliens? Do ghosts exist? What about Santa Claus and those little elves? What the heck is he doing with them?
That that's just wrong, Dex. That he is
Hey, when
employing
I
them
was a
to make
kid,
the
I thought
toys.
that all the time. I'm like,
He
why
is in,
why is this
he
big jolly guy running around with these little elves? It looks so gay to me. I was like, there's something gay going on.
he is employing them to make toys. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
now, Dax.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just thought of something. Around the same time that I had that thought, it was also like, what is it with this Jesus guy running around with these 12 guys and hanging out? Anyway,
No, because, okay, Santa Claus has a wife. Jesus had Mary of Magdalene. It is the seven dwarfs.
no, that's Snow White.
Yeah, but she was just the maid.
Yep, yep.
She
But
really
hey, that
made as
doesn't
much
mean
as
they're not
another
closet
figure.
cases, just because they're married. And
And
besides,
I have
the
to
church
say that
swears up and down that Mary Magdalene thing didn't actually happen. And so it's like, well, okay, then he's gay. I'm
There
sorry.
we go.
You
Yeah.
know, example, the beloved disciple who he laid with and taught for 30 days in the cave.
Mm.
Mm. It makes you think. It
And
makes
that's
you think,
very true. I never thought
You
that
don't
way
even have to
before.
yeah,
extrapolate and make
it didn't make me think that, but
you
the
don't
each
have to
his own.
extrapolate and make anything up. All you got to do is read the text.
Read
Okay.
the text. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, and Dex is back. Hey, Dex, what's going
Hey,
on?
Dex. How's it
Yeah.
going?
Yeah. So you can ask a specific question. Also, you can ask a general question. You can say, what do my guides want me to know? What do my angels need me to hear? Can I have a message from the universe? Anything like that as well. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, trying to keep it sarcastic as possible. Well, my friend's roommate apparently watches the show, Rick. And I I got a text. Rick says, your show is hilarious. You are hilarious and funny. He loves watching the shows just to laugh.
I love it.
And
I
it's
love
like,
it.
hey, yeah, you should have seen it back in the day, Rick, when we had rowdy readers. Oh my God. Every Friday, look out. It's rowdy readers. We're not taking no shit. And we're shitting and we're shoveling the shit back. Let me tell you, man.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my God. It was so good. Mary Nail and who else besides Mary Nail was on? We had two or three different people. Like Mary Nail and I were always on, but we had other people that would pop in for rowdy readers just to have fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I told you guys that Jan was it Janice? Um Wait, my mind's blanking on the name here. Her and her cohort did what was it called? Tarot bitches. That was their
Nice.
I think their take was I think that was their take on our rowdy readers. I think they stole that, but. And the sunny side just popped in. Yay, yay. So if you have any
Happy sunny side.
specific questions, or if you have, want a general, just pull some cards for you, whatever, pop it in the chat there. I got cards for today. Da, 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 da. Eight of wands, that's things happening quickly. Contemporary meaning, the internet, telecommunications. I also got the King of Cups, as everything is chaos around him. He is sitting on that, stone throne. That's to show that he has mastery over the emotions and everything like that there. So, I feel with this message, it could be swiftly becoming more compassionate towards others. It could also mean that you're going to have a deep and meaningful conversation with someone that will help gain clarity and understanding. Yes, there's a lot of different possibilities with this combination. Anyway, that's what I got. And whether you're seeing that now or 2 days from now or 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, that message is probably for you. Michelle, did you pull cards?
It's kind of interesting. I got the universe and the Nine of Swords. And it just kind of goes right along with what you were saying. You
Mm-hmm.
can be all that you want. You just have to start talking nicely to yourself. You're so overburdened with thoughts, but you have to start thinking positively and speaking positively for yourself, and
Mm.
then you will start, you know, coming back to who you need to be.
The universe. I love that card in the Llewellyn deck. I call it
Yes.
the cosmic womb card.
Right. This is such a beautiful card.
And the female is like, I don't know who she's supposed to be, but like the representation maybe of the universe, and
I
she's like
think so.
in the snow there. But actually that is a lake, an actual lake in I think it's in Wales, and because that's Welsh mythology. And
Mm-hmm.
I forget the story. There's a story in the book about that, and that might be who she is, and I can't remember any of it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up.
So Sue is asking, here's a question. What will I be doing next now that I am moved from Nebraska to Florida? Well, you're going to be swatting a lot of really big mosquitoes and running from alligators. And playing with giant mouses. I don't know. I don't know. So you guys all want to pull a card? Let's all pull a card. Let's see. What am I getting? What am I getting? Okay, so now that you're in Florida, you are going to be the magician. So this is like the universal card for well, guess what, Sue? You could do whatever you want. That's right. It's a whole new, you know, cosmic thing opening up for you. Now you got to make sure that your emotional baggage you've left behind so you can move onward and upward. So anything left from Nebraska, leave it in Nebraska, okay? And then I see the Wheel of Fortune turning your way. And then I get the Ace of Cups, a new opportunity, something that is especially emotionally fulfilling. It could be a relationship, or it could just be something more emotionally fulfilling. And remember back to that magician card, you have the power to manifest whatever you want. So, Sue, what you want to do is anything, especially career wise, job wise, so forth, make sure it is emotionally fulfilling. That's right. But there's, especially if you add in, not only the magician, but you got the Wheel of Fortune too. I mean, you could do whatever you want. It's funny because it's in perfect alignment with that universe card, that you had, Michelle, because
Mm-hmm.
the universe is just or the world, it's just wide open to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did anybody else pull cards for Sue?
I did.
What'd you get?
I have the clock and the bouquet. And so time is a gift, okay? We only have one life. I mean, we have more than one life if you believe that way, but right here in the now, you only have one life, and time is a gift. So I have the Chariot, and it is saying now is the time to jump on your horse and achieve that victory you are looking for. Okay, don't waste the time. Do it now because you have a gift to share with others.
Mm.
So
Any,
I got the Woodwives, which is also, it's about adaptability, but it's like
ah,
you um here you are with this brand new opportunity. Um
new place, new digs.
yeah, to take chance on something new. Um you know, don't go back into the familiar because you can move anywhere and go back right into the same old habit. And then what is the point of moving if you're just going to go back and do your same old thing? So it's saying step out, take adventures. That's what's been given to you. And it also blends in with, I did actually pull cards of the day, and they fit in really with what you guys said. And just for shits and giggles, I pulled um a card from, I have 3 decks up right now, but one was the Rainmaker. Um, one was the Lemurian seed codes, and one was the Overflow, which is about overwhelm and plenty. This one talks about, you know, nothing happens in this world that you don't make happen. So basically, it's saying live your best life because what you're doing, the world is mirroring, the universe is mirroring back to you. The mirroring card said, you're a unique person. Continue to be unique. The world needs the unique. Don't hide it. So that, that goes along with that. And then this one says sometimes we have a tendency to um look at the too big picture. Sometimes you have to say, we always say you have to look at the big picture, but this one's saying stop looking at the big picture. Look at yourself, see what you're doing, make sure you're doing what's best for you, and then continue, because if you're doing what's best for you, then you're doing what's best for the big picture.
I'm
So
looking. I'm contemplating my navel. Oh God.
Oh, her look.
I hope
why
that helps you out, all that, Sue.
did I do something wrong?
What? No.
You were saying, look at the big picture, and he's looking down going,
And no, look at the big picture. But then she said, instead, you look at yourself. And I'm like looking at myself. And I'm just trying to have a joke with what you're saying.
I totally missed it. Right over my
Don't
right
be
over
so
my
serious, Charlotte. My God.
Right, right. Well, I was like, I did kind of get into it. I did kind of a double thing. I mean, I did her reading and then, but it felt like the cards that I had pulled for the day fit in with her. They fit in with what you guys said, and I
think so too.
So Sue comes back and said, manifesting a strong spiritual being.
Yes.
Yes. Very cool. Oh, by the way, the sunny side had come in and said, Scorpio from Toronto, looking to laugh, wishing everyone an amazing night, and then came back and said, hey guys, I'm just chilling in the background doing some work. Well, see, he's getting his laughs there. By the way, I went to his channel, The Sunny Side, and he does astrology, tarot, and hypnosis. I mean, he's right up my alley with hypnosis and tarot. Anyway, I don't do the astrology, but see what I mean? Did I not tell you guys about how every time I talk to a hypnotherapy person and they find out that I do tarot, it's like, oh yes, I do tarot. And then when I talk to tarot people, oh yes, I've done hypnotherapy, I've taken a certification course, I've studied it, whatever. It is just amazing. So now I need to go and watch some of this, guys. Readings with Sunny, Sonny, even though it says the sunny side, Sunny. So it's Sunny, and I gotta watch some of Sunny's stuff on here. And I think he's funny because he looks like he's smiling, really neat in some of his things here. But
I think one night we should, though, because I think we do have a lot of fun no matter what night. I kind of claim the moniker Monday Fun Day, but we have fun no matter what day.
But more on Monday.
But I ran across, again, they just randomly pop up on either on YouTube, or I can't remember where I was, but it was somebody that was like really into the spiritual tarot. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna kick you right out of chat, man. You keep this up and you're just gonna be gone. You're gonna be gone. I'm not kidding, if you don't want to. And she just kept going on and on, and she had long braids, and she'd flick those every now and then, and she had really dangly earrings, and those are bobbing around, and she's like, and she's sitting, so her cards were kind of in her lap, like, you're gone, man. I'm just like, yeah, this is spiritual, and if you can't be, and I'm like, we need to try that spiritual.
This is spiritual.
Yeah. I was like,
it's spiritual, like Jesus and his 12 apostles.
Well, anyway. I don't know if it was that, but it was like apparently somebody wasn't taking her seriously enough, and she was not happy about it, and she just kept threatening to kick him out, and I'm like, kick him out already and shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to take us too seriously. So I just wanted to give
Wow.
that shout out to Sunny. And let's see, Jamie asks, will I be successful in the treatment program I'm considering? You know, my question for you, Jamie, is this treatment program like from traditional medicine, or are we talking about complementary techniques in medicine and modalities? Because what I'm getting for you, again, this is for Jamie K. For Jamie, I'm getting the Hierophant card, which is often about tradition. And so it's the message I got right away when I put that card down was that you should still be doing the traditional treatments and have the internal fortitude to hang in there, baby. It's going to take a little bit, but I want you to notice this. When I laid the cards down, okay, so it just so happens in this version of strength, which is not in any other version I've ever seen, he's on horseback, and look, it's kind of like the knights, right? And he's moving away from the tradition card. So I feel like if this treatment is non-traditional, that's good. You need to do the traditional and the not. If you're not considering it now, but the treatment program you're talking about now is traditional, you need to also be, have the internal fortitude to get a second opinion and go away from the traditional treatment. You keep doing that, of course. We're not, first of all, we're not diagnosing or anything like that, not giving you medical advice. All right. Always check with your primary care physician or medical personnel or what have you. But I see, moving to this other thing that involves, okay, with the Five of Wands, I see it's not going to be an easy path. But I also see multiple people can come together to build something. I feel like, more treatment using other modalities, a lot of different practitioners, this is going to help you. And then I got the Priestess card, which I think is a hint towards what's really going to help you in addition to this treatment plan you're doing. Things along the lines of meditation, going inside, using your own psychic ability, learning self-hypnosis, and do self-hypnosis where whatever the issue you're having, your defense system that you already have in your body already can get rid of infections, can rebuild, things like that, that you are visualizing that happening in self-hypnosis. I think you can also see a practitioner that can help you and do some I see you doing some sessions with a hypnosis practitioner, a neurolinguistics, NLP practitioner, helping you with this, and then teaching you some quick and easy ways to do self-hypnosis where you can do this on your own. And then I get the Nine of Wands, and look, he's got the bandages on and everything, been through the ringer. It's going to be work, like I said, with the Five of Wands, but you're still standing in the end. See, you make it through. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that was for Jamie, and then
can I add something real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to cover a few things on these cards. And this is called the Badass Tarot. Okay, and so I got for Jamie the Magician. Okay, and we see we know what he's doing. And so that's where you're at. You're going into rehab. Okay, we know yeah. Do not, we have the Death card next. Do not say, I'm trying to get a,
I can't make them out at all.
Yeah, do not say yuck it. and give in. I don't know if you can see this card, but she is totally drinking. So when you're in rehab,
That is a weird, crazy deck.
it really is. When you're in rehab, don't say yuck it and give in. I just cut off that first letter.
It really has an F.
It really does. Okay. Because if you
She's covering
do,
it though. It's a family show.
well, and this guy, he
Not
has,
really.
not really. See the first card. I don't know if I can get away with that one. Okay.
It's like with the shows, oh, we're on cable. We can say what we want.
Right. And then the last card I got is the Justice card. Okay. So
the only bad thing about those cards, I cannot make them out.
I know it's really hard to get.
I don't know what it is.
But with this card, if you give in while you're in rehab and you start drinking or doing anything that you're not supposed to be doing, not only are you going to be out of balance, but you are hurting your own inner child.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want this to be successful, stay positive and don't be attached. Let your attachment go.
I didn't see because I had the chat up. I'm up towards the top because I'm taking the questions in order. I did not see Jamie put in about the treatment as it being rehab. But now with that information, okay, what I said, Jamie, still holds true. So in addition to this traditional rehab is traditional treatment. In addition to that, try to get some I don't want to say unconventional, complementary, additional, I can't think of the right word to use for supplementary. I don't know. See, I hate using those words because they're not supplementary. I'm sorry, but hypnosis is frontline first thing treatment. It is. It has been for forever, and people belittle that as well as other things like NLP, Reiki, what have you. Oh, they're complementary, and we have to say that for legal purposes because you have to say, work with your primary care physician, blah, 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 blah. But really, these are frontline treatments and especially rehab, and I don't know exactly what your rehab is for. I don't need to know. Okay. What I'm saying is if in addition to you can get some work with a hypnotherapist and or a NLP practitioner, it's better if they're both, do that. Now if you can't do that, if you're in one of those rehabs where you're locked down and you can't do it, you have to wait till the rehab's over, whether the rehab is successful or it's not. First thing you do is, again, you go out and you find a practitioner, because I got to tell you, it works. It works. And people go through rehab, they go through all kinds of different treatment programs, 12-step programs, you name it. The last thing they try is NLP and hypnosis, and that's what works. It should be the first thing that everybody does before all those other things, to be honest with you. But it's we have this weird medical establishment, here in the United States. Other countries, it is first line, and it's the first thing they try. They do it a lot in the UK, Canada, even, So I'm saying that it may fit perfectly. It could be complementary at the same time, but hey, if your treatment ends up not being successful, don't worry about it. Get out there and see a hypnotherapist that specializes in whatever you're recovering from, whether it's an addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, I don't care what it is. Sex, porn addiction, I don't care what it is. Hypnosis works. And it's even better if they know how to do NLP. So the next question, and I wanted to say hi to
Yeah,
Avani that came.
you keep skipping me.
No, I'm not skipping you, hon. I had this
Okay.
all. Listen, I
I
had this all planned. I had this all planned out. Okay. We're each going to take one question and do one question. I did, I did
It's good.
I did Sue's question. I was going to give the next question to Michelle, the next question to you, or the next question to you, and the next one. But Michelle jumped in there and had to say
Michelle.
something. Okay, so she messed it up. And now I'm trying to go to the next question, which I'm trying to give to you. You have not been skipped, hun. Okay. We're not all reading all on every single question. It'll take all night.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
But Michelle
I'm
had
good.
to jump in there, and I tried not to say anything, but because you said you're being skipped, I had to say, was not my plan for Michelle to jump in there and also put stuff in there.
Naughty, naughty Michelle.
Yep.
What are we gonna do with you? You're so good, Michelle. Your readings are always so excellent. They should be heard, honestly.
Yes. Anyway, let's get back to the list here because we have quite the list, and I'm trying to, hand these out to you guys. So we did Jamie. Let me go through here. What's the next one? I think the next one was Dex. What does my universe want me to know? That I'm sorry, it threw me for a loop because I'm so used to the universe. My universe. It's either my angels or guides or the universe, not my universe. It just threw me for a loop there. So can you do that one? Can you do that one, Charlotte? And then the
Sure.
next one I'm going to give to Michelle. I think it was Pink Lady. I've been told by, oh, this is very interesting, Michelle. I've been told by a psychic that I'm to write a book, but I'm 79 and I don't want to. Is this my life plan? Do I have to do this? We don't need the cards for this. It's like, you're 79, hon. You don't want to write a book? Freaking don't write the book. Okay. But Michelle's going to pull cards, and then I'll look for the next question for me while Charlotte is taking the floor. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Okay. So, what your universe wants you to know, we got the Dust Devil card, and it's moving out of stagnation. And I don't know if you can see in the cloud, there's actually a person in that Dust Devil cloud, but what it's telling you is that you need to stop asking for things to be perfect. Life is messy, it's awkward, it's conflicted, it's exuberant, it's wild, and that the Dust Devil knows um, what you need to know, knows what you need when you need to know it. So once things settle, you'll be where you'll need to be. And so, you know, even though things might seem like you are in the middle of a tornado, dust devil, whatever, once that settles, you're going to be in the middle of a pile of jewels, so to speak. You're going to be where
Mm.
your life needs you to be. So I'm feeling like your life, I do kind of feel like you're spinning around with the dust devil right now. I kind of feel like that's what's going on in your head, but eventually things are going to settle out and everything will shake into place, much like a jigsaw puzzle. So I hope that helped.
Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Oh
Awesome.
gosh. So you're gonna do
Okay.
Pink Lady, right,
I
Michelle?
have Pink Lady right here. So I am feeling that you were born under the year the world year number of either 1 or 2. But I'm leaning towards 1, okay? Which makes you a leader, kind of like needing to be in charge, needing to be always right. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's just how I.
Michelle,
Yes.
not to break in, but I did the calculation. She's 79 minus 24 is 1945. 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. You are
Nice.
correct. Damn, you just nailed that.
Ah,
You just
see?
nailed that.
Naughty,
Nice.
naughty is good.
See, my halo's up there under the horns.
Ching,
Uh,
ching.
so I feel like, first of all, your life path should always reflect your passion. So if your passion is not to write a book, don't write the book, because it is not going to give out the energy that you want it to give out. That being said, I have the woman card and the gamble card. So you have a lot in your life that you could share, a lot that you have gambled and taken risks on and learned and been through. And you have a well of knowledge, a deep well of knowledge that you could leave as a legacy for family and friends. And although you don't have to write a book for anybody else, you could make a video or make a little memoir for family to leave as your legacy and a gift. So that's what I have for you.
Yes, that makes so much sense. I've got something on that too, but first of all, I wanted to mention that let's see, the next question. Hold on a second. I pulled cards on Angela's. I'd like a message from higher self. And then Avani's got a question which I want to give to Charlotte. Charlotte, Avani says, oh, this is an interesting one too. Where will my figure skating pursuits take me? How far would I be able to go with it? Oh, that's a different question.
Interesting.
Where will my figure skating pursuits take me? Okay. And then Pink Lady's question was so do I have to write the book? But it's funny, you went right where like I would have went. I pulled one card, I got the Page of Cups. Basically it's like what well, let me preface it by saying Michelle's right. How you put it, Michelle, about like it, if she writes the book, she's not passionate about writing the book, it's not going to come out good. But if you can find something to express your immense experience that you've acquired over 79 years, a different way of expressing it that's more emotionally fulfilling to you, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So Angela, I got a message for you from your higher self. Your higher self says actually something similar to what I just said. It's the Queen of Cups this time. Okay. And the queens in tarot are associated with the master number 33, the master healer, master teacher number. Your higher self is saying that you should be either healing people and or teaching the higher concepts. Okay. And what it's the rest of the message with that is the Fool card. Your higher self is saying, go for it. There's something either about it or you're going to know about it shortly that you're going to hesitate for a second. Okay. Your higher self is saying, just go for it. And you end up with this fabulous new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles, something brand new. And it could be something that helps out financially, abundance wise. It doesn't have to be, but that's the strong indication. Maybe a new career. Maybe it has to do with that healing I was talking about, or teaching. But you have to step outside of your comfort zone, outside of the garden. We always have to think outside the box and step outside of the garden, step out of our comfort zone to grow. Okay. And then Charlotte's got the Avani figure skating question.
So this card threw me for a loop at first because it's the Wailing Tree and Reconciliations. And at first I thought, uh-oh. But then really what that means is oh God. That life isn't either or. Life can be both. So to me that's saying, if you want to go with your ice skating, then go with it. But don't think that that's the choice you have to make. But then the second card, and I rarely draw a second card, but I felt like I needed to this time, and it's Fortune's Wheel, Luck, and Right Timing. And what this talks about is, carpe diem, baby. Look for unique opportunities. Look for signals, signs, things that jump out at you that normally wouldn't, and follow those things, because it's saying, remember what's in your head, and call up your boldest and your noblest longing and invite it into your life, and the invitation is all that's required. So this one is saying, it doesn't have to be either or, it can be both. And this one is saying carpe diem, baby. So sounds like and the initial intuitive hit that I got as soon as that question was asked was, I felt like it was a pretty successful career that way.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that was my initial intuitive hit. And back to the person that didn't want to write the book, I had the exact same intuitive hit that you guys had as well. She's got a lot to share. It doesn't have to be a book. She can do it into like a little voice recorder, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm feeling like she's being urged to share, is her life story one way or the other, because she has things that her progeny need to know and can learn.
Yeah.
So I hope it helped.
Not everybody wants to write a book, but with modern technology, there are so many different ways you can do it. You could do a video series.
Yeah.
And just get everything out on YouTube. You could do a podcast series where you just talk into the microphone. You make these pre-recorded podcasts and you just upload them. And that's a trend now. It used to be in the old days that you had a radio show, a podcast, a YouTube live show, and that implied a continuing show where season 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 years from now, you're still doing the podcast, right? Now there's this trend where people create podcasts to get out information about a subject. And the podcast may be 2 or 3 or 4 episodes, 10 episodes, 28, 8, 11, however many there need to be. And once you've recorded them and got them up there, that's it. No more episodes of that podcast, because it's not an ongoing show. It's a podcast about a particular thing. Like Rachel Maddow on MSNBC did a podcast on, I can't remember what the topic was, but it was X number of episodes long, and then once it was done, it was done. But it's always up there and always available, you see, for people to discover. So why not make a podcast?
Yeah.
And not put any pressure on her, but I can't tell you. I mean, we tried to get my dad to do this, and this is before everyone had smartphones. Because like now with a smartphone, it is so easy to videotape yourself. But at least 2 of us gave him little, voice recording things, so he didn't have to write everything down. And I would have killed. I mean, he and I spend a lot of time together, and he told me a lot of his stories. And I'm mad at myself now that I didn't back then, that I wasn't smart enough to write it down. But so I don't really have any right to be mad at him. But I can just say, from a person that's at the stage that I'm at in my life, I would still, and I'm in my 60s, I would still love to go back and listen to some advice or a life story from my dad. So not to put any, any guilt or anything or any pressure on you that way,
but she is anyway.
But I am anyway, because I can tell you how much
you'll regret it if you don't do it.
Well, your family will regret it if you don't. You'll be gone. You won't care.
Well, yeah. What I mean
your family will regret it.
No, there are some people that they're still here, but they're only for a couple more days, and they at that point regret, God, I should have done that. But but it doesn't have to be a whole book. That requires copy editing and getting it up there. Even if you use Amazon Create Space and not a publisher, you still have to do all that work, and it's technical. Get your grandkids to do it, for you. But nowadays you can just talk into a microphone or talk your smartphone. In fact, the best cameras, you don't need to get any fancy equipment. Your phones, the phones that everybody's carrying around, have the best cameras on them already, and so you just get the grandkids, to set up some kind of a tripod for your phone and have them start. It's like, okay, grandma, talk now. And let them do the editing, right? Or just put it right up onto YouTube or what have you.
Yeah, and get it into the cloud so it doesn't get lost if your phone gets broken. But
yeah. So Dex had said,
I think we all had a lot to say about that particular.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I think it's because of the nature of it, and it was unusual. And looking at the chat, Dex says, "Oh my God, if I could, I'd buy each a Starbucks and donuts." Calm, breathe.
Yes.
And I don't know what that was in response to, but hey, right below that, coincidentally, I had put into the chat, grab us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. Yes, you can grab us a cup of coffee. There's the link right there, psychic.cafe/coffee. That's right.
And and I'm going to say, while it's incredibly lovely, to get a cup of coffee, what, I haven't looked to see. I know at one point in time you're going to maybe add a thing that said, donate what you can. But there shouldn't I feel like there shouldn't be any guilt for people who come and enjoy our show and don't tip us, because
Right.
No
sometimes
one's
it's just
ever
not
said that,
that's
though.
Yeah.
no one ever has. I actually have lived through it myself, though. I felt before I started being more of an active member, I was on here a lot, and I used to feel quite guilty that you know, my budget just didn't allow to
Yeah,
send in.
we realize that, not everybody can
So no, don't
donate.
don't ask, don't hesitate to ask a question just because you don't feel like you can't tip us once in a while, because
Hmm.
we're just here to have fun, and the tips are just they're great, but they're not what we do it for. So that I might get like a big FU from everyone else when we get off the show tonight, but I don't think I will, because I think everybody else feels the same way I do. We just love doing what we do. A little extra thanks every now and then never hurts, but
Well,
we don't expect it.
I just I just want to let a couple people in the chat know that Carol Ann says hi.
Hmm.
Hi, Carolyn.
Absolutely. Yep, 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 yep.
I, someone said, let's see here. Someone said, Stacy said, "Go into the light, Carol Ann."
Ah,
And John said, "Carol comes towards the light." So there you
What?
go.
there's a
What is
lot
that
of
about?
no, 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 no. There's a lot of weird things popping into the chat. Just ignore all that.
So I just thought I'd respond.
Let's get back
No.
to the list here. Hadiza had come in, and their question was, let's see, I got to scroll back a little bit. It was interesting too, the way they asked it, but I'm trying to figure out where it went. Here it is. Is my future spouse first name starting with a D, last name starting with a T? And I know people doing readings get that, but I personally have never gotten the question asked quite that way. Very interesting, very interesting. So does my future spouse's name start with D and last name with T? I don't know. Do you want to, do you want that person to be the person? I mean, it's looking really good. Got the star card. So obviously, the hope for that is definitely there. And yeah, I mean, it's looking really good. Six of Pentacles, six is success, right? And the Ten of Pentacles, which depicts family life, its legacy and so forth. Yeah, I would have to say big fat yes on that. Awesome sauce.
Congratulations. Congratulations,
And
RT.
and congratulations. Right, right, right. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So we are at the end of the show. We made it through, even though the phone lines were not functioning. Blog Talk was down, so we didn't have the phone lines. We usually simulcast on radio as well as YouTube. Very strange. Very strange. The last 3 days, yep. So I don't know if we're going to be doing phone lines much anymore. If it's yeah, if the system's not going to be working and cooperating, why are we paying for that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. But I want to thank everybody for being here.
Thank
And
you
then,
for having us.
yeah, yeah. And
Are
once
we
again,
really at just an hour?
yep, we're just doing an hour. We're just doing an hour.
Wow.
Yep, we're out of questions now anyway. And besides, it's time that we, try to keep the show to the hour it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, but just a couple of reminders. Again, our tip jar, you can go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and you can grab us a cup of coffee. Also, we want to invite you to become a host on the network. That's right. Go over to psychic.cafe/hosting and learn all about the different ways you can be a host on the network. You can do a pre-recorded show, a live show, YouTube only, radio only, podcasting only. However you want to do it, you can do a once a month show, twice a month show, once every week, or you can just come on like we're doing right now. Michelle and Charlotte are doing, just join as a guest co-host on the weekly shows. Yeah. Lots of ways to become a host, and you can read about them over there. Contact me, and I'll be glad to explain it to you all. Also, we have the back to school fall sale going on right now. You can join the guild for $67. It's normally $78 a year, and you get to enjoy all the benefits. Way too many to list here, but you get access to our live twice monthly mentoring, discussion, and Q&A sessions, all of our workshops, and there's lots of promotional opportunities. You can read about all of the benefits by going to Psychic Cafe and clicking on where it says the guild, and you'll see the bullet points, all the different things you get, and a lot more. And you can go to psychic.cafe/school to grab this opportunity, in addition to the membership. Let's see, my course is on sale for $100 off, and you get free membership and certification. So instead of $299, it's $199 for my tarot and numerology course. Certification, normally $138. Membership in the guild, as I said a minute ago, normally $78 a month. All included free. That's right. And of course, if you don't need the course, of course, if you're already a member of the guild, you can go to the private members group on the website, and there's a post at the top with a link where you can get your professional certification for half price, $69. That is half price, $69 per level. If you're not a member yet, you can get your certification and your membership both together there's a package deal on there for $99. And that's less than half off both of those. Really great sale. And then, of course, a little farther down on the page, you can book a session with me for 31% off, just $69. Our next show will not be tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday with Michelle and whoever else shows up. We kind of have to say it that way now, ladies, because everybody's been showing up at every show.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and I love it. Yes.
That'll be our next show Thursday with Ellie the Moonchild. I know a lot of you love Ellie's readings. And then no show on Friday, but on Saturday, it's Michelle's next episode of her show, Michelle's Mystic Corner. She'll be talking about paganism and your connection to earth and the elements. That's Sunday, right after this coming Sunday, right after that show. On Saturday, we won't be having a show on Sunday, but we'll be having a live Zoom discussion and Q&A. It's one of our twice monthly live discussions and Q&As and free mentoring. You can read about it at psychic.cafe/Zoom. And it's for our members. So if you're not a member yet, go over and grab the membership for $67. That's basically $553. So basically the cost of a latte at Starbucks a month. And you get all of that free mentoring, all of our workshops, and all the other bennies. That's right. All righty. So thanks, Michelle, for joining Charlotte and I. And Charlotte, thanks for being here. Charlotte's got the kitty.
Yes. Hi, Edgar. Oh, he looks. Oh.
He's also known as the king of my heart.
Sometimes Michelle's cat pops in. Oh,
I
there's
know.
one of them.
Say hi, Callie.
They know.
Which one is
Yep.
that?
Callie.
Callie. Hi,
Yeah.
Callie. Calico.
Yep, that's her name, Calico. And we call her Callie for short.
Ah, that's great.
My
That's great.
my cousin had a calico cat that she named Dolly. I'm like, that's a weird name for a cat. And then she goes, it's for Dolly Parton, the
Ah,
coat of many colors. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. I'm a little slow on the pick up there, but
mhm.
yeah.
Well, good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
We'll see you in 2 days.
Yep.
Coming and being on Fun Day Monday, naughty, naughty Michelle.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And come
That's
back.
gonna be-
Come
that's
back
gonna be
next Monday.
entertaining.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and
Yes.
subscribe. Doop, 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 doop.
Bye.
Okay.